Your blonde bombshell here again tonight. We've got some Q&As, number 17. I don't have 18 done. So what I've decided to do is tonight I'm going to do question answers, and then I'm going to sing one song, and then I'm going to go work out. So let's do question and answers number 17. Would you rather have a hot or cold drink? It depends on the temperature. If we're in the summer and I've just got done lawn mowing, I don't want a hot drink. I want a whole bottle of water or a glass of iced tea, unsweet. Have you ever locked your keys in your car? Yes, back in the day. I want to say I was about 16 or 17, somewhere in there. Back before the key fobs, when we actually had keys. Yeah. Have you ever gone into a room and forgotten why? Of course. Will you have more than just tomatoes in your garden? I'm going to have flowers, but tomatoes is probably going to be the only vegetable that I have growing. Just that's the way life is going right now. Favorite candle scent? I don't like candles, so I would have to say anything country and vanilla, kind of cinnamon apple, maybe. Would you lock yourself out of a house, or would you rather lock yourself out of a house or a car? Neither, if preferred, but probably the car. Would you rather have apple or orange? I think that's what it is. Apple. I like apple. Have you ever locked yourself out of the house? Yes. And back in the day, I climbed through the bathroom window in order to get in. It was quite aerobatic of me. Just saying. Did you serve money, or does money serve you, or do you serve money? I like to think of it that we all work for one reason or another, and I like to think that I work, so I serve myself in order to pay my bills. Do you like talent TV shows? Not really. What's your opinion of reality TV shows? Some are okay, but some of them I think they hurt the human good. Now by that I mean, take for instance the Temptation Island. I think there was one couple in all of those couples that went on that island to test their relationship that made it. And I'm thinking to myself, why put yourself in that much jeopardy? I just don't understand it. Have you ever fired a real gun? No. And I have not ever pulled a trigger on a bow and arrow. Well, when I was in high school, we had to do bow and arrow. But other than that, no. If you could paint a picture or any scenery you've seen before, what would you paint? Goodness, that would be probably a tie. Three-way tie at that. Po Folks, because it just brings back so many memories. Opryland, again, it brings back so many memories. And if I remember correctly, the Miller Park Zoo in Bloomington, Illinois had this walkthrough where the butterflies was like flying everywhere, and it was just awesome. It was a beautiful walkthrough. First memory of being really excited. Sawyer Brown was coming to Mattoon, Illinois, my hometown, and I got to go see them in concert with Bobby Randall as their guitar player. Enough said. What would be harder for you, to tell a man that you love him or that you don't love him back? You know, it's funny. I have had that situation where I had to tell a couple of guys, look, there's no feelings on my end for you romantically at all. And I had no problem with that. So that was cool. But when it comes to saying I love you and being confident in that and knowing that I'm going to receive that back, I would say I get deathly scared and I about choke. So, and sometimes I have choked, but that's another story. What makes people perfect for each other? You know, opposites attract, but yet something has to pull them together. Some common bond. So, to each their own. anymore? Who knows? Do you ever want to just walk away from technology? There's been a few times, actually, that I've thought about it. I won't lie. Least favorite mode of transportation is... I've never been on an airplane. I'm scared of heights, so we're going to go with that. What sound do you love? You know, the sound of familiar voices. I think that is the best sound that I can hear. And I think that's a great thing. Okay, next question. When things break, do you prefer to fix them or replace them? It depends. If it's fixable, I will do everything I can to fix it. If it's just beyond repair, okay, trash can, I will go find another, I hope, somewhere else. What are you most likely to stay up and talk all night about? I haven't done that in a while. I don't know that I would stay up and talk all night anymore, because it seems like I feel like every time I try and talk about my feelings, or if I try and talk about me, then people take it the wrong way and they're like, oh, she's too self-centered. So anymore, I try to keep to myself. What one item do you get every time you grocery shop? I wouldn't say every time, but pretty darn close. I love magazines, and it's between First for women, because they have a lot of good jokes in there, and sometimes a lot of good workout tips and recipes from time to time. And then Woman's World magazine. I love those two magazines. Spontaneity or stability? I have had so much of the unexpected in my life, and usually it's always negative. And stability never seems to happen, at least not for too long. So I guess I would love to be pleasantly surprised just one time. There's your answer. What's the wildest thing you've ever done in a hotel room? I'm not a wild child. Wow, big shock. I would say that when I was little, my grandparents used to kid me when we went and stayed at, I think it was Fiddler's Inn there in Nashville. My legs kicked up and I kicked up off the covers and I acted like I was on a bicycle, probably preparing for years to come. But that was probably the wildest thing I've ever done. Would you rather have unlimited tacos or sushi for life? Tacos. What is your most difficult challenge thus far in your life? You know, when you lose somebody in your life, it's always a challenge, and how you overcome it or go through it is also a challenge, let alone your health, and that's a challenge in itself. So I wouldn't say that I've overcome a whole lot, but I've lived through a lot, if that makes sense. What part of your body could use a little lotion? Well, I always, after I shave, I get my lotion out and I go crazy with it, which right now is Hello Beautiful by Bath & Body. So, I don't know of any part that could use lotion, honestly. Do you dance crazy when no one is watching? Sometimes. You've been given an elephant. You can't get rid of it. What would you do with it? I can't get rid of it? My niece loves elephants. She would probably be like, yes, my dream come true. I would probably call her up here and be like, what do we do with it? And then go from there. What should I know about you that I would never think to ask? Have you been virtually married? If you were a book, what would your synopsis be? Good girl comes in last in love, but is a hard worker and a family girl. Caregiver, heart of gold. Does she ever find her happy ending? Who knows? What would be your quote-unquote Shark Tank idea? Probably the awe button on Facebook, because it has not been made yet. And I think that it's high time somebody makes an awe button. "Aw, that's so cute. Aw, that's so adorable." Yeah, we need an aw button. Where do you not mind waiting? I'm a very impatient person. So to say where I would not mind waiting, it's probably when I'm supposed to be doing something myself and I put it off. And I don't mind waiting then. What's your favorite lunch meat? Honey roasted or mesquite roasted turkey breast from Jenny O. It's the bomb. Do you like your handwriting? Sometimes. Breakfast cereal is apple and cinnamon oatmeal. Do you think you are strong? Physically, I have my limits. I've learned that. Mentally, I would say, oh, bring it on. I'm strong. What's one thing you're looking forward to next week? My grandpa goes to the doctor, and the schedule came out today so I can go with him. Yay! Thank you. Your biggest screw up in the kitchen. At one time, I was learning to bake brownies. This is no joke. I put the metal pan into the microwave. Needless to say, we about blew up the house, but the microwave was fried, and the brownies, well, they were there. If someone painted a portrait of you, how would it look? Clothes, background, pose, and what else would be in the painting with you? Probably they would take a picture that was already done of me and my family and paint everybody in the picture with me, and I'd be scrunched over like this, probably the one from the nursing home where Grandma and Mike was still with us, and it's just odd how they're not. How many times a day do you look in the mirror? I try not to because I'm nothing special, so I would say if I'm forced, 4 times, maybe 5. What happens in real life but rarely gets portrayed in movies? Oh, let me tell you. There's times we never see anybody go to the dentist, okay? After they break a tooth off in a movie or something. Or they're on a date and they know that something's wrong with their mouth, but yet they lie through it, and then the next day they go to the dentist. We don't see that, you know? I would say we don't always, and in the movies, it seems like good always wins, and that love always wins, and there's never this, oh, he broke her heart and moved on. You don't see that. What would you name a boat if you had one? Bombs away. If you had to change your name, what would your new name be, and why would you choose that name? Deanna Rose. Deanna because it's just a name I always wanted for myself, and Rose because it fits, I think. What's the most polarizing question you could ask a group of your friends? Polarizing means I freeze them in their spot, right? Well, I would say a polarizing question would be, we'll come back to that. What song do you play most often? I usually am very bad habit at getting my phone out and playing A Girl Like You by Easton Corbin. Just saying. A song that has the best intro. A Girl Like You. What's the worst text that you've accidentally sent? It wasn't so much a text message. It was more like a message on one of the dating platforms. And it was to the wrong guy. But it was taken well. I mean, at the time, the guy that received it laughed it off. So, no big deal. What's the most polarizing question you could ask a group of my friends? Probably, do you think Donna will ever find love, or has she really given up on love? Some of them would say in their heart of hearts they don't think that I have, but some of them are like, she just needs to adopt because every man has ever hurt her or betrayed her trust or hurt her in some form or some manner, and she just can't do it again. You give a lot of helpful advice. Thank you. What is one constant problem that couples have most in their relationships? I don't know if it's a problem per se, but communication and comprehension. With both of those two, it seems like they're not doing it, and one doesn't want to hear what the other one has to say, but they know they've got to ask, but yet they don't want to talk to them because what if it's not the answer they want to hear? I think that's a constant problem. If you could custom design an organ for yourself, what would it do and where would it be located? Just one organ? I can think of two. A new liver, because I think that it's very slow, and also two great ovaries that would give me no problem. If you got the man of your dreams, based on one question, what question would you ask? If I got the man of my dreams, what happened? Did we hit him over the head with a cast iron skillet and he finally wake up and realize that I'm the woman for him? Anyway, if I got the man of my dreams, we would be rushing down the aisle, probably not today, not tomorrow, right now, getting married. And we would be on our way to Florida to start the honeymoon because we'd want our kids right away. But it is what it is. It's never going to happen, and I'm fine with it. Life sucks. Next up, I'm going to sing a song for you, and then I'm going to get ready to work out.